Recently in Texas, farmers and local officials have reported a string of incidents where wild boars have charged into residential areas, damaged crops, and attacked livestock. These animals used to stay deep in the thickets, away from people, but now they seem to have lost their fear. Large herds of wild boars are moving toward farms, leaving residents alarmed and frightened. And that's why we were called in, a team of professional hunters, mobilized for an emergency hunt in the heart of Texas. We prepared thoroughly before departure, checking rifles, ammunition, communications gear, and our GPS unit. The sky was overcast then, the atmosphere heavy as if warning of a turbulent night ahead. Everyone knew that a single small mistake could have unpredictable consequences, because these wild boars are not only huge but extremely aggressive. We identified a mountain forest surrounding the fields as a likely refuge for the herd. The terrain was rugged, visibility limited, so locating the targets would not be easy. This time we brought a pack of well-trained hunting dogs. Their noses work fast, and only a few minutes after release, barking echoed through the woods. Immediately, the team spread out, taking ambush positions according to plan. The first shot rang out. The hunt officially began. The smell of gunpowder mixed with the scent of dry earth. The cries of the boars echoed through the forest. A boar weighing nearly 100 kilos was struck and fell, and the rest of the herd began to scatter. From behind a bush, another surged across in front of me with incredible speed. In that moment, time seemed to stop. I raised my weapon, took aim, and squeezed the trigger. A shot sounded, and the animal collapsed just a few meters from me. The forest was now chaos like a battlefield. Dogs barking, gunshots, and the boar's cries blended together. We continued the chase, not giving any animal a chance to escape. The fleeing boars left tracks, and the dogs kept on their trail. I held my breath, lined up the shot, then pulled the trigger. The round hit its mark. Another animal went down. There was no time to rest. We kept clearing the area. Whenever we heard an alert bark, the team moved in immediately. A giant boar was cornered and about to strike back, but my teammate was quicker. A shot rang out, and it fell on the spot. Everything went according to plan, swift, precise, and decisive. The woods now resembled a scattered nest of wild boars, spreading everywhere, from large herds to lone runners. But however fast they ran, our hunting dogs relentlessly followed every trace. Targets dashed in panic, but there was no escape. I held my breath, didn't hesitate, and squeezed the trigger. The shot hit its mark. Just when we thought it was over, on the way back a black, shaggy boar suddenly darted across the road in front of the vehicle as if challenging us. Without hesitation, we raised our rifles and took a quick aim. It tried to flee, but I was faster. A shot rang out, and the animal went down, huge like a dinosaur. On the other side of the hill, my teammates were also facing another herd. They identified targets, brought their scopes to bear and fired, making a boar stagger. Before the hunt ended, they managed to bring down a few more boars. The thrill of every hunt is real, but behind that thrill lies a real danger. These wild animals now not only destroy crops but also threaten people's lives by moving into towns. The video ends here. How do you feel about today's hunt in Texas? Leave your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to see more dramatic hunting journeys. Goodbye and see you next time.
On Fraser Island, Australia, tensions are rising as dingo attacks become increasingly frequent, recalling dangerous encounters from the past. This year alone, a 23-year-old woman was cornered by 4 dingoes. She was injured but fortunately rescued in time by nearby tourists. Authorities said such incidents are not new, and the aggressiveness of dingoes has sharply increased over the past decade, bringing back memories of the early 2000s crisis, when government control efforts were fiercely opposed. Not only do they threaten humans, but on farms in Queensland, dingoes also cause severe damage. They attack at night, costing farmers up to $2.5 million a year in livestock losses. Meanwhile, the tourism industry in Hervey Bay is also shaken, as visitors begin to reconsider trips to its pristine beaches. In early 2025, the Australian government officially approved a dingo hunting plan, a controversial but unavoidable decision. The plan was carried out mainly on farms, where attacks were most frequent. Hunters often work in groups to reduce risks. Experience shows that ground signs such as droppings, sheep's wool, or bone fragments clearly reveal dingo activity. They tend to mark territory by rubbing against large tree trunks, and if footprints are fresh, it means they were there just hours earlier. Technology is also used in control. One of the professional hunter's secrets is using sound devices that mimic the labored breathing of prey. This sound triggers predatory instincts, luring dingoes out of their dens in search of an easy feast. But the chance lasts only a few seconds. The hunter must keep a 30 to 50 feet distance for safe and precise action. In addition, foothold traps are placed strategically, often under dry leaves near patrol paths, to trick their sharp instincts. At first, when the government gave the green light to hunting, public opinion in Australia strongly opposed it. But reality spoke. In just 3 peak months, more than 2,500 dingoes were hunted, while foothold traps caught over 3,800. As a result, livestock attacks dropped by 65%. People, once outraged, gradually realized hunting was not destruction but a way to protect livelihoods.
That dog's dragged that log.
In addition, foothold traps are placed strategically, often under dry leaves near patrol paths, to trick their sharp instincts. At first, when the government gave the green light to hunting, public opinion in Australia strongly opposed it.
Cool. A jake trap. Again from...
But reality spoke. In just 3 peak months, more than 2,500 dingoes were hunted, while foothold traps caught over 3,800. As a result, livestock attacks dropped by 65%. People, once outraged, gradually realized hunting was not destruction but a way to protect livelihoods. The question remains, has the current hunting measure been effective enough, or should it be improved further? Both the people and the Australian government must consider carefully, as the conflict between humans and dingoes is far from over.
Excellent.
Being a hunter isn't as simple as grabbing a rifle and heading into the woods. Before I was allowed into the trade, I had to spend nearly a year in rigorous training, studying law, ecology, animal ethics, even anatomy. Only after passing tough exams and earning a license was I officially recognized. And every time I track wild boars in the forest, the tension is always there. One small mistake, and the prey either vanishes or, worse, turns back to attack. At first light, we quietly followed the trail and hit atop wooden stands for a better view. It didn't take long before heavy footsteps echoed, and wild boars burst out of the thickets. I quickly chambered around, and the gunfire shattered the still morning air. A few dropped instantly while the rest scattered in panic. As the smoke cleared, my heart was still pounding, caught between tension and adrenaline. Wild boars here aren't slow or foolish. On the contrary, they're cunning, move in tight groups, and become extremely dangerous when cornered. That's why we always keep a safe distance during an ambush. Through the dry leaves and tree trunks, I spotted one slipping out, its eyes sharp with caution. Slowly, I raised my rifle, steadying my breath to take aim. But its instincts flared, it turned to flee. Not giving it a chance, I squeezed the trigger and dropped it with a precise shot to the neck. Following the mountain slope, I spotted a wild boar foraging. I quickly raised my rifle. The moment I pulled the trigger, everything seemed to freeze. The bullet struck true, and the beast staggered before collapsing. Its heavy body rolled several times before disappearing down the steep hillside.
A powerful weapon, helping to detect.
A few minutes later, my teammate signaled he'd spotted a wild boar charging down the slope. The first shot missed, and the beast darted straight into the thickets. We quickly changed course, chasing hard with pounding footsteps. Cunning and agile, it used the terrain to dodge bullets, but escape was never an option. The relentless pursuit wore it down until it stumbled into my sights. A thunderous shot rang out, its body slammed into the bushes, dust billowed up, and silence fell. This time, it felt like we had stumbled right into the boar's stronghold. One after another, they emerged, only to be brought down by our fire. Yet, watching each one fall never gave me any sense of triumph. Instead, a heavy weight pressed on me, hard to put into words. Still, to protect the land and keep nature in balance, I knew I had no choice but to carry on. As the hunt came to an end, our group gathered in the clearing to count the game. Before us lay the massive bodies of the boars we had taken down. But for me, the true reward wasn't in the catch, it was in the survival lessons, the bond of teamwork, and the desire to preserve the peace of this land. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and follow the channel to join us on more thrilling journeys ahead.
In the United States, it's estimated that hundreds of thousands of mountain lions roam the forests and rugged slopes, especially in states like California, Colorado, Arizona, and Texas. Once, they lived quietly, rarely crossing paths with humans. But since the beginning of this year, countless attacks on livestock, pets, and even people have been reported. The cause lies in the constant expansion of residential areas, forcing these predators to lose more and more of their natural habitat. Now, encounters right at people's doorsteps have turned into a growing fear for suburban communities. The question is, how will America confront this looming danger? In recent years, the growing presence of mountain lions has forced both farmers and authorities to take action. The U.S. government, working with wildlife control agencies, has laid out a tactical plan. combining precision rifles with specially trained hunting dogs. But why is this method considered one of the most effective ways to keep such unpredictable predators in check? The rifles used in mountain lion hunts are nothing like ordinary firearms. Most hunters rely on sniper or semi-automatic rifles chambered in .243 Winchester, .308 Winchester, or 6.5 Creedmoor, renowned for their flat trajectory and near-perfect accuracy. Outfitted with high-powered scopes, these rifles ensure precise shots even on steep, rugged terrain. But the most powerful weapon isn't the gun, it's the hounds. Trained from a young age, they learn to pick up scents, navigate harsh terrain, and corner the lion. This training can take up to 2 years, covering scent tracking, endurance in the mountains, and quick response to both voice commands and GPS collars. On dangerous hunts like these, hunters bring more than just rifles and dogs. They rely on thermal scopes, handheld GPS units, radios, and even off-road vehicles to navigate vast stretches of wilderness. These tools aren't just for convenience, they're essential for survival, ensuring safety against a predator that stalks from the shadows. A mountain lion hunt is rarely short. It can last anywhere from half a day to 2 full days, depending on the weather, terrain, and the trail of the animal. Because danger is always close, hunters almost never go alone. Instead, they move in small groups of 2 to 4, with each member taking on a specific role, handling the dogs, guiding the route, or serving as the marksman. Mountain lions often hide deep in rugged wilderness, from the Rocky Mountains and Sierra Nevada to the wilds of Texas, Arizona, and New Mexico. They favor dense forests, sheer cliffs, and places rarely touched by people as their hunting grounds. To track them, hunters carefully study footprints and rely on data from previous sightings recorded by wildlife agencies. Hunting a mountain lion with rifles and hounds is a demanding pursuit that relies on tight coordination between man and dog. The chase begins when seasoned hounds are released to pick up fresh tracks left in snow, mud, or damp forest ground. Once they catch the scent, the dogs drive the lion across steep slopes and rocky terrain until it's cornered. Often, the animal scrambles up a tree or cliff to escape, forcing hunters to follow the sound of barking through the wilderness. In that final moment, a steady aim and safe position are critical to take the shot. Still, each hunt usually brings down only one cat, as these predators are solitary by nature. Hunting mountain lions with rifles and hounds offers clear advantages. It allows hunters to pinpoint their location, approach safely in rugged terrain, and avoid dangerous face-to-face encounters. This way, management can be more selective, targeting only the animals confirmed to have attacked livestock. Still, the method comes with real challenges. Training and keeping a pack of hounds is costly, and the risk of injury to both dogs and hunters is ever present. On top of that, conservationists continue to debate the ethics, arguing that such chases put tremendous stress on the animals. Despite ongoing debate, in many parts of the United States, where protecting livestock and community safety is a top priority, this combined approach is still seen as the most reliable option. It not only helps control the threat posed by mountain lions, but also represents a careful balance between safeguarding people, managing wildlife populations, and blending traditional hunting practices with modern techniques. The journey of exploring how Americans deal with mountain lions reveals the fragile balance between survival and conservation, between human safety and the wildness of nature. So, what do you think is the best way for people and mountain lions to coexist? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next gripping story. In the grasslands of South Africa, lions, once symbols of strength and freedom, have now become a growing concern for the people living there. With only about 2,000 to 3,000 remaining, these predators still cause hundreds of millions of dollars in damage each year. Attacks on livestock, sleepless nights for families near the forests, all of it has thrown daily life into chaos. So the question is, how are the locals protecting themselves from this deadly threat? And are their methods truly creating a lasting balance between people and nature? Let's find out in today's video. In August 2024, South Africans faced a wave of lion attacks, dozens of incidents, many ending in tragedy. One woman recalled the terrifying moment when, during a quiet walk in the park, a lion suddenly charged at her, dragging her away as screams echoed through the air. Luckily, she was rescued just in time. Stories like hers spread fear across rural areas and wildlife reserves. In response, the government had no choice but to act, enforcing strict measures to protect citizens while keeping the unpredictable lion population under control. In South Africa's hunting circles, the name Derek is often spoken with admiration, a symbol of courage and precision. Known for taking on the fiercest lions, he's built his reputation on skill, experience, and the right equipment. Derek favors powerful rifles like the .375 H&H Magnum, .416 Rigby, and .458 Winchester Magnum, capable of piercing the thick muscles of a charging predator. Paired with premium scopes such as the Leupold VX 3i 1.5, 5x20mm or Trijicon AccuPoint 1, .4x24mm, he can track and strike with deadly accuracy, even when his target flickers in and out of view beneath the fading light. For Derek, safety always comes first on every hunt. He rarely goes alone, usually heading out with a team of 4 or 5, including professional hunters, clients, and most importantly, trackers with sharp eyes and razor-sharp instincts. They follow footprints, study the wind, and read a lion's behavior to guide the group's movements, careful not to leave any trace that might alert the predator. Every step is deliberate and calculated. As for the clients, whether seasoned hunters or thrill seekers, their participation helps sustain the local economy and supports ongoing conservation efforts. On every trip, Derek and his hunting clients must carry special permits, not only to stay within the law but also to uphold ethical hunting standards. The cost of these licenses varies by region, ranging from a few thousand to over $20,000. When the first shot rings out, Derek never rushes. He carefully watches the lion's reaction to see if the hit was enough to bring it down. If the animal is still moving, the entire team immediately shifts into high alert. They follow faint trails of blood through the grass, moving slowly and in complete silence. Every experienced hunter knows one truth: a wounded lion is the most dangerous predator of all, ready to strike back at any moment. When managed properly, lion hunting can bring significant economic and ecological benefits. The fees paid by international hunters for licenses and services not only support local communities, but also help fund wildlife conservation programs. Controlled hunting helps maintain a balanced lion population, a top predator essential for regulating herbivore numbers and keeping the ecosystem healthy. Despite its benefits, lion hunting remains highly controversial, especially when it comes to trophy hunting, where pride and profit often take precedence. Many see it as cruel and damaging to conservation efforts. Poor management, overhunting, or targeting only the strongest males can weaken the population, reduce genetic diversity, and increase disease risk. Beyond that, the economic gains from tourism and hunting fees must be shared fairly. When local communities are left out, conflict and poaching inevitably follow. The battle between humans and lions in South Africa isn't just a story of survival. It's a search for balance between human life and nature. Every bullet fired carries a weight of responsibility, not only toward wildlife but also toward the future of this land. What do you think is the best way for humans and lions to coexist? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next thrilling hunt.
The dense forests of Tuscany are not only breathtakingly beautiful but also conceal countless mysteries and challenges. Here, the wild boar, intelligent and powerful, has the ability to blend into the foliage, making the hunt a demanding journey. They are not merely prey, but a harsh test of skill, patience, and adaptability to the wilderness. That is precisely why we decided to step into this forest, not only to hunt, but also to face the challenges it posed. The morning mist still lingered on the treetops when we arrived, ready to embrace the challenge. Fully equipped with specialized weapons and support gear, the group stepped into the forest with a mix of tension and excitement. Soon, I chose a suitable hiding spot. A pungent, familiar scent drifted past, signaling the arrival of our target. A burst of gunfire erupted, aimed directly at me. The wild boars dashed like shadows, swift and fierce. I kept my finger steady on the trigger, the bullet left the barrel, and they staggered. A perfect beginning, like a sign for a promising journey. Deeper into the forest, we dared not relax for even a moment. The hounds barked frantically, signaling they had cornered the prey. Their barking echoed, like a bell urging us on. The boar tried desperately to escape, but every path had been blocked. At close range, Mark, my companion, quickly pulled the trigger. Bang! The shot roared through the woods. The animal collapsed after a final attempt to flee. Mark had seized the moment perfectly, bringing down the target with precision. After surveying the terrain, we realized that the boars in Tuscany were extremely cunning. Whether alone or in herds, they hid cleverly among the thick foliage, always alert to the slightest movement. Thus, the group decided to spread out, each holding a position to increase our chances. Not long after, a heavy shadow entered my sight. The moment had come, I fired. The bullet struck true. Almost simultaneously, David's shot rang out from the west, clean and decisive. Our strategy had clearly worked. The shot sent the herd into panic, scattering south through the woods. I immediately radioed Luke, stationed nearby. He waited calmly, eyes fixed on every rustle in the undergrowth. Then it appeared. Luke did not miss the chance, squeezing the trigger with firm focus. A short, precise shot. The animal fell instantly, a triumph of patience and concentration. Still, we believed many others remained hidden. The tension grew heavier around the forest. I gripped my rifle tightly, ready for any moment. Then, as a cluster of dark figures moved into my sights, I fired. A wave of satisfaction surged as my shot landed perfectly. Countless hours of training had paid off. Though weary, everyone agreed the journey had been worth it. The hunt ended, leaving us with a sense of fulfillment mixed with deep respect for the strength and cunning of Tuscany's wild boars.
Did you know that one of the most fearsome predators in nature is led by females? That's right, we're talking about hyenas. Millions of them roam across southern Africa today. A wave of attacks on farms began as these predators searched for food. Research organizations report that the devastating wildfires of 2019 forced hyenas to move into agricultural lands. There, more than 3,000 cows and 1,500 buffaloes were fiercely attacked, causing damages estimated at $4 million. Hyenas can even threaten human lives if they venture too close to residential areas. To deal with the increasing number of hyena attacks, governments across African nations have authorized controlled hunting to protect people and livestock. The permitted hunting areas include the savannas of Kenya, Botswana, and Tanzania, where over 2,000 hyenas can be hunted each year under strict regulations. Hunters must be equipped with proper firearms and ammunition to ensure smooth and safe operations. Preparations begin 3 hours in advance since hunts take place at night, the time when hyenas are most active. They often use bait, which may be live animals or sound devices that mimic the calls of prey to attract hyenas. When hunting hyenas, safety is the top priority. Hunters should never go alone, but in groups of at least 2 people to support each other in dangerous situations. They must keep a minimum distance of 50 yards between members to reduce risks. As the hunts occur in low-light conditions, binoculars are essential for clear vision. In addition, participants must have at least 5 years of hunting experience to be eligible. Amid the silence of the wild, setting up camp is necessary. To avoid being detected by hyenas and to mask human scent, hunters quickly erect camouflage tents that blend with the rugged terrain. Shades of green and dull brown help them hide easily, while protecting against other predators lurking nearby. The tents are compact,
all over the place, and then in
easy to set up, and sturdy enough to withstand harsh nighttime weather. Hunters often use .375 HH rifles equipped with night scopes and suppressors to track hyenas in the dark. These tools provide greater accuracy. The peak hunting season falls in June and July, attracting about 300 hunters, all seeking the thrill of facing one of nature's deadliest predators. The tension and excitement of stalking in the dark make each hunt unforgettable. During the day, bow hunting is allowed but accounts for only a small portion of all hunts. The wild environment of southern Africa is extremely harsh, and hyenas are just one of many lurking threats. Therefore, hunters must have solid knowledge of their behavior to stay safe. The hyena population dropped from around 2,000 to 1,200 within just a few months of hunting. After each hunt, hunters must report the number of hyenas taken to help maintain ecological balance. To further improve safety, the South African government should build fences separating suburban areas from the wild to reduce the risk of hyena attacks. These fences should be at least 10 feet high to effectively prevent intrusions. Moreover, durable materials will help them last longer, providing safety for both people and livestock. Such measures have significantly reduced the threat of hyena attacks in South Africa. If you love thrilling hunts where humans face off against nature's fiercest predators, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next exciting videos, where we'll continue exploring the wild world, full of danger yet irresistibly fascinating. Recently in Texas, farmers and local officials have reported a string of incidents where wild boars have charged into residential areas, damaged crops, and attacked livestock. These animals used to stay deep in the thickets, away from people, but now they seem to have lost their fear. Large herds of wild boars are moving toward farms, leaving residents alarmed and frightened. And that's why we were called in, a team of professional hunters, mobilized for an emergency hunt in the heart of Texas. We prepared thoroughly before departure, checking rifles, ammunition, communications gear, and our GPS units. The sky was overcast then, the atmosphere heavy as if warning of a turbulent night ahead. Everyone knew that a single small mistake could have unpredictable consequences, because these wild boars are not only huge but extremely aggressive. We identified a mountain forest surrounding the fields as a likely refuge for the herd. The terrain was rugged, visibility limited, so locating the targets would not be easy. This time we brought a pack of well-trained
Vamos hasta
hunting
el
dogs.
puesto número 2 de la...
Their noses worked fast, and only a few minutes after release, barking echoed through the woods. Immediately, the team spread out, taking ambush positions according to plan. The first shot rang out, the hunt officially began. The smell of gunpowder mixed with the scent of dry earth. The cries of the boars echoed through the forest. A boar weighing nearly 100 kilos was struck and fell, and the rest of the herd began to scatter. From behind a bush, another surged across in front of me with incredible speed. In that moment, time seemed to stop. I raised my weapon, took aim, and squeezed the trigger. A shot sounded, and the animal collapsed just a few meters from me. The forest was now chaos like a battlefield. Dogs barking, gunshots, and the boars' cries blended together. We continued the chase, not giving any animal a chance to escape. The fleeing boars left tracks, and the dogs kept on their trail. I held my breath, lined up the shot, then pulled the trigger. The round hit its mark. Another animal went down. There was no time to rest. We kept clearing the area. Whenever we heard an alert bark, the team moved in immediately. A giant boar was cornered and about to strike back, but my teammate was quicker. A shot rang out and it fell on the spot. Everything went according to plan, swift, precise, and decisive. The woods now resembled a scattered nest of wild boars, spreading everywhere, from large herds to lone runners. But however fast they ran, our hunting dogs relentlessly followed every trace. Targets dashed in panic, but there was no escape. I held my breath, didn't hesitate, and squeezed the trigger. The shot hit its mark. Just when we thought it was over, on the way back a black, shaggy boar suddenly darted across the road in front of the vehicle as if challenging us. Without hesitation, we raised our rifles and took a quick aim. Tried to flee, but I was faster. A shot rang out and the animal went down, huge like a dinosaur. On the other side of the hill, my teammates were also facing another herd. They identified targets, brought their scopes to bear and fired, making a boar stagger. Before the hunt ended, they managed to bring down a few more boars. The thrill of every hunt is real, but behind that thrill lies a real danger. These wild animals now not only destroy crops, but also threaten people's lives by moving into towns. The video ends here. How do you feel about today's hunt in Texas? Leave your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to see more dramatic hunting journeys. Goodbye and see you next time.